I spent months interviewing 8 of the top experts in Web3, Metaverse, cryptocurrency, and I learned 3 things that you as a social media pro need to know. So keep watching because I am about to tell you what they are. All right, everybody, welcome to the Social Media Pro channel. I am your host, Kate Buck Jr. And like I said, I spent the last couple of months interviewing 8 experts in all things community, web, metaverse, crypto, all things marketing from the perspective of a social media professional or marketing professional who wanted to know, what do I need to know in order to move myself forward into this space? And like I mentioned on my last video, if you haven't watched it, check it out. The reason I went on this journey to interview these 8 folks is because I actually was referred a client in this space that I did not land. And I did not land because I didn't have any experience in this space, and that made me worried. It made me worried that maybe I wasn't gonna have business in the future, so I set out to learn what was I missing. I learned 3 key things, and I landed like 3 new clients in this space. So I'm gonna share those 3 things with you and what I've learned by working with my new clients right now. Number 1, first things first, you are not too late. So a lot of us are here, we're already online, and we're in the conversation, and so we're hearing these words, NFT, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Web3, Metaverse, all of this, and we think that we know that there are people who are working in these spaces, we know that there are things that are being developed, but because we're here, we already think, at least I thought for myself, is that I'm already too late. Right? Everybody who's gonna be an expert in this space is already in this space. They have some background or some experience already that I don't have, and therefore I'm just gonna be out of a job. The number 1 thing I learned from interviewing these experts on the Metaverse Social Summit was that that was not true. You are not too late. This really reminds me of that 2008, 2009, when I got online, Twitter was all the rage back then, Web 2 was buzzing, and it was the wild, wild west. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever wished that you got started on Twitter in 2008 like I did, then now here is your chance, okay? Because we are once again in the wild, wild west. As Heather Paraday, one of the speakers of the summit, said, WWW might as well stand for Wild Wild West. So there are so many things about what that future is gonna look like that many experts are talking about it as if they're defined, and they just truly aren't. For instance, back in 2008, I could have never thought about TikTok. I would have, in my mind, there was no vision of TikTok. So this is going to be an evolving and ever-changing space. The takeaway here is if you're watching this video or if you registered for the Metaverse Social Summit, then you're in the right place at the right time. Now is the time to jump in. You are here and that's all that matters. Lesson number 2 that I learned. Web 2 skills translate into Web 3. As a matter of fact, on one of the projects that I'm working on, what we've realized is that people that have only grown up in Web 3 that don't have Web 2 skills sometimes miss some of the fundamentals of online marketing that we as Web 2 professionals know. Now, I'm using these words very loosely, so please, I don't know that we're Web 2 or Web 3 professionals. What I know is that what I'm saying about what I know right now about social media and digital strategy and online marketing actually does provide the foundation of what we're gonna be doing in Web 3. The truth of the matter is we've just changed the tools, but human psychology and the fundamentals of how we're gonna be marketing things to people has not really changed, so that's good news for you. It's not as complicated as it seems. I was overwhelmed in thinking that it was complicated. Now that I'm in it and doing it and practicing it, I'm starting to get my hands around it and I'm starting to get excited because so much of what I know is able to translate over 100%. The most important thing for you to do is to get started. So once again, I reiterate, if you're here and you're watching this, you are in the right place. The next step would be to grab a replay pass to the Metaverse Social Summit. learn from some of these experts, and then listen to what their takeaways are, what they're telling you to do next to start playing around, how to buy your first NFTs, how to learn a little bit about these things and take the next steps to move your business forward into the space if that's what you would like to do. Number 3 thing that I learned doing the Metaverse Social Summit was what was going to be important in the space in the future is community, okay? And community is all about ownership, taking ownership. So when we're doing audience building, like on an Instagram account or a TikTok account, it's one to many. It's a broadcast out message. And while people can comment back and engage with us, it's not the same type of community as a community tool platform, like a group or a Discord, which is another term you're gonna hear a lot in Web3 space. So community is all about getting able to be a participant to help create the world in which we're building in the future, and for both brands and consumers to have ownership of the communities they build and the content that they create. So there you have it, the 3 things that I learned from the Metaverse Social Summit. You can grab a replay pass still and get all the insights from the 8 great speakers that I interviewed. And stay tuned, you guys, because I've decided that we are definitely doing a Metaverse Social Summit Part 2, because I have had so many amazing referrals to so many wonderful people who have already dug in and who have done the messing around and playing around and who are really building amazing things in this space that you are going to want to learn from. I know you will, because I am on this journey myself. This really does remind me of 2008 when I got started all over again, and I'm so inspired to go out, meet people, learn stuff, tinker around, get some clients, produce some content, some campaigns in this space, and of course, teach them to you. So if you're interested in that, check out the Metaverse Social Summit and make sure that you are a member of our Social Media Pro community in the future. We're going to be doing many awesome things over there. As I learn, you can watch over my shoulder. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for future videos, and we'll see you at the Metaverse Social Summit. Bye, everybody.